Hello. Thanks for agreeing to set up this interview. As you know, we only have a short amount of time, so let's go ahead and get started right away. Now, I know that you've been involved in some work on community issues. Can you tell me what attracted you to the community issue that you chose at the beginning of the semester?
Of course, a community issue I decided to look into on was drug and alcohol abuse. I chose this topic because it is a very real and relevant issue with many individuals throughout the United States, as well as my mother works as a dental therapist in Minneapolis, Minnesota, which besides offering no-cost dental care, she also provides treatment through dental care for individuals struggling with drug and alcohol abuse. My sister works here in Fargo as a social worker, in which she helps many people suffering from substance abuse, and I wanted to learn more about what type of people my mother and sister are working with.
Okay, thank you. Now, your materials also said that you were involved in a community issue team project that focused on a call to action. Can you share with me what call to action your team put forward and why you chose that call to action?
Yes, uh, the call to action that my team put forward was to ensure that everyone knew what were major warning signs of an individual who is struggling with thoughts of suicide and how to go about getting help for the individual and be their voice. We chose the call to action to not be silent and help individuals who are struggling with thoughts of suicide because it is a terrible issue that happens all too often and it's a highly preventable tragedy. We informed the class by explaining warning signs of an individual suffering from with suicidal thoughts and actions. And we also informed individuals on how they can help and who should they contact about an individual struggling with suicidal thoughts and actions.
I see. Now, if I were to ask the other members of your team what they think your biggest strength is, what do you think they would say, and why do you think they would say it?
I feel that if you were to ask the other group members what my biggest strength was, I would say it would be my patience while working in a group. I believe they would say this because while preparing our persuasive speech, I tended to be the one who would always avoid controversy over a topic by patiently listening to all ideas and encouraging us all to provide insight on what we believed would be most beneficial for our persuasive speech. As well as I always tried to be accepting of the fact that people are busy and may not have all the time in the world to get to work on the speech. So I tried to be accepting when a fellow group member got their part of the speech in fairly close to the deadline.
Okay, great. What for you was the most challenging thing about working with your team?
I would say the most challenging thing I faced personally while working with my team was finding time to meet and practice the speech. I try to stay as patient as I can while working with the others, and I know others have other events going on in their lives, but I believe several aspects of the speech that we didn't do so well on, like not meeting the time requirements and possibly working more on the transitions throughout a persuasive speech, could have been prevented by practicing more.
Thank you. Okay, last question. In 30 seconds or so, tell me what your biggest takeaway was from Com 110 this semester. What will stick with you and be useful to you?
I really think the biggest takeaway I had from Com 110 was the opportunities to speak in front of a group. Personally, I have always struggled with getting up and talking in front of the class. And throughout the semester, I always heard it will get easier the more you do it. And at first, I wasn't entirely set on that idea. But throughout the semester, I gradually felt more comfortable speaking in front of the groups, gaining more confidence with every speech I gave. That will definitely stick with me in my public speaking future, as well as throughout my future career.
Alright. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. We'll probably be in touch with you in the next few weeks or so. Take care.